What you think I got in here? Huh? You think there's horse feed in here? Well, what do you think's in here right now? Nothing. There's nothing in there, is there? It's just kind of empty. But now if I take this and I put it down in here, and then I come back out with it again, now what do you think's in here? Why do you think there's horse feed in there? Because I dipped it in there? Okay, so what? But why? How do you know it's not cow feed? Or how do you know it's not rocks and gravel? What makes you believe that that's horse feed in there? What do you think? Horse feed? That's what you think it is? Why do you think that? Why do you think there's horse feed in there? Because there's a horse on the back. That's a good thought process. Well, to be honest with you, there was horse feed in there. There was horse feed in there. But what I wanted to share with you this morning, what I wanted you to gain from this, is you had a pretty good idea that because it's a horse feed scoop, and because it's a horse feed bag of feed, that when I reached down in there and scooped that it would be horse feed, right? You had a pretty good idea of that. That's kind of like faith. Does anybody know what faith is? Jada, what's faith? Do you know what faith is? Faith is when you believe. I would have to agree with you. That's pretty good stuff, folks. Hey, some of y'all probably was going, what is faith? Hey, I assure you, that is what faith is. It's when you believe. It's when you believe something that you can't always see. And when I took this and I dipped it down in here and I came out with it, because you pretty much knew that there was horse feed in there, and because you pretty much knew that I was going to get a scoop of it, you believed that horse feed was in there. That's how faith is. Now let me ask you this. When does faith work other than with this bag of feed and this scoop? You think it works with God? You think we have to have faith there? How many of you have ever seen God? You ever seen God? By golly, they said they had, and I believe that. We don't see God, do we? We don't He's not like seeing like I see you or like I see Jada. He's not seeing, and we don't see Him, but we know He's there. How do we know God's there? How do we know God's there? What do you think? He's in our heart. He's in our heart. Let me ask you this. Have you ever known that God has helped you? Have you ever realized that He's helped you through stuff? Yeah? Have you ever gotten through a hard time that you really kind of wondered how you got through that, and you had to go, you know what? God helped me. What about you, Jada? Remember when your house burned? You think God helped y'all there? I think so. Any of y'all, have you ever known that God helped you sometime or another? Yeah? Get you through a hard time, maybe you was in trouble and He got you out a little bit lighter than what you should have got. You didn't get the belt and you got like grounded or something, maybe? Yeah, cool. That's kind of been me too, right? God helps us. Just like that scoop of feed shows up. Y'all realize that feed was in there because you had faith in it, because you saw that was written on the bag. And just like that, God is there for us too. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pray this morning, and we're going to ask God. We're going to ask God to help us to have faith, to know that He's there in the good times and the bad, to feed us just like that old horse feed to feed us. Cool? Let's pray. Dear Jesus, sometimes we don't always understand everything and we can't see everything with our eyeballs. But Jesus, we need to know. We need to know that You're there. And we understand that You're there because of faith. And Jesus, I just ask that just as that scoop went down into that feed came out, and the young people this morning knew that feed was in there because they kind of understood what the bag was all about. Jesus, I just ask that You would help us to have that same belief, that same understanding in You, to know that You're always there for us and that we can always talk to You. While we can't see You, while we don't 100% know that You're there, we know that You're there. And yet, Jesus, what I mean is that we see the results of what You do, of how You bless our lives, how You take care of us in the tough times. So Jesus, would you just be like that feed was this morning? Would You allow us to have that faith in You? We thank You and we praise You in Your mighty name. Amen. Cool.